Okay, on page 224, this is part 2 of English 8. It says, underline each conjunction, being sure to underline both parts of the correlative conjunctions. What are those? Those are the ones that are pairs, okay? They're just going to join words, phrases, or sentences, just like our coordinating conjunctions, but there's 2 of them that work together, okay? Now, on the line before each sentence, you're going to write words. If the if the conjunction is connecting 2 words, write a W. If it's connecting 2 phrases, write a P. If it's joining 2 clauses that are equally ranked, that means the 2 clauses are independent sentences, like Nikki sits in the 3rd row, comma, but Isabella sits in the 2nd row. Those 2 clauses, Nikki sits in the 2nd row, Isabella sits in the 3rd row, Isabella sits in the 2nd row. Those 2 clauses are equal. Why? Because each one is an independent sentence, okay? So they're equal. One's not more important than the other one. One's not more clear than the other. They're equal, okay? We're going to put a CE if they're equal, okay? Then it says write CU if the clauses are unequal. That means one sentence is an independent sentence. It can stand by itself. The other clause is going to be a dependent clause, meaning it cannot be by itself. By itself, it's a fragment. It has to join up with something else. Those 2 clauses are unequal, okay? Let's look at number 1. Virtue and genuine graces in themselves speak what no words can utter, okay? Conjunction. And. What is and joining together? It's joining the words virtue and the word genuine grace, all right? So it's connecting, so underline and in the blank, we're gonna write a W because we're connecting 2 words. Look at number 2. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. This is Psalms 23:6. Okay, what's the conjunction? And. Good. Now what is and joining? It's joining goodness and mercy, okay? Goodness and mercy are being joined, so we're joining 2 words. Put a W in the blank. Look at number 3. We love him because he first loved us, okay? What's the conjunction? Because. Because is going to be over here. It's going to be one of our subordinating conjunctions, isn't it? Okay? We love him. Can that stand by itself? Yes, it can. It's an independent clause. What about because he first loved us? No, it cannot stand by itself. So these clauses, one is dependent and one is independent, so they are different. So in our blank, we're going to say they are clauses of unequal value or unequal rank. Look at number 4. Lead me in thy truth and teach me. Okay, what's the conjunction? And. Look at the first one. Lead me in thy truth. Okay, that's an independent clause, correct? Look at the next one. Teach me. Is that independent or dependent? It is independent because we have an understood you. You teach me, okay? Now we have 2 independent clauses being joined together, so we say that those are clauses of equal value, okay? So look at the next one. What doth the Lord require of thee, but do justly, and to love mercy, and to walk humbly with thy God? Micah 6:8. That's a great verse. Let's read it again. What doth the Lord require of thee, but to do justly, and to love mercy, and to walk humbly with thy God? Micah's saying, what does God require of us? What does God want from us? He wants us to live justly, live righteously, okay? He wants us to love mercy. You know, we should never celebrate the fact that someone else is in trouble. You know, you may not like what a person does. I don't like sin, but that doesn't mean I hate the sinner. I don't, and I don't, and you shouldn't, and I hope I don't. I mean, I'm sure we all make mistakes, but we should never celebrate or be glad when someone is judged by God, when hardships come in their life. Now, we can pray that God uses that hardship or that judgment to bring him back, but we shouldn't celebrate that. That's wrong. Okay? Next, he wants us to walk humbly before our God. You know, don't get all proud and say, you know, I've arrived. I go to City Baptist and I'm so much better than all those other kids. No, we're all just a bunch of sinners saved by the grace of God. All right, now let's look at our conjunctions. What are the conjunctions? But, what else? And the word and. So we have three conjunctions, but, and. And all of those are joining what? But do justly, to love mercy, to walk humbly. What are those? Those are phrases, okay? So number 5 is phrases. Number 6, what a wonderful change in my life has been wrought since Jesus came into my heart. I love that song, all right? What's the subordinated conjunction here? Since. So underline the word since. Now let's look before the word since, because this is a subordinated conjunction. Let's look at our two clauses. Since it's a subordinated conjunction, we know we have to have two clauses. So let's look. What a wonderful change in my life has been wrought. Okay? Is that an independent sentence? Okay? Look at the second one. Jesus came into my heart. Is that an independent sentence? Okay. One is independent, one is dependent, so they are what? Clauses of unequal value or unequal rank. Look at the last one. Neither a borrower nor a lender be. What is your clauses? Neither nor. Good job. Okay, and what are they connecting? A borrower and a lender. So we're connecting words. Look at exercise B. Excuse me. You're going to write some original sentences using conjunctions as directed. I'm so sorry, I got all choked up here. Use either or to join two nouns as the subject. Make sure that they're nouns. Make sure they're used as the subject and that you use either or, because that's what I'm going to be looking for when I grade it. Use if to join an adverb clause to an independent clause. Okay? Now, conjunctions, you have to use the right one. They're like prepositions. You can't just pick any one of them to go in there because they change the meaning of your sentence, okay? And sometimes people want to put a preposition in place of a conjunction. You can't do that because prepositions have to have what? Prepositions have to have an object. So you have to look at your sentence, make sure you're using the right meaning. Because and since, okay? Do not, look at the top of page 225. Do not use being as or being that instead of the word because or since, okay? Being as I found, well, you sound like you're from the mountains, okay? So no, that's not how we say it. We say, since I have finished my homework, okay? Because I finished my homework, may I leave? Okay? Look at the next one. Do not use the preposition like for the conjunction as or as if. Okay? He behaved like a spoiled child. No. Like is a preposition. Okay? We don't need a preposition here. We need a conjunction. He acted like he knew where he behaved like a spoiled child. In this case, we're talking, that is the preposition, okay? But look at what it says on the next one. He acted like he knew where he was going, okay? That's incorrect because our word like there doesn't have an object, okay? He acted as if he knew where he was going. That is correct, okay? It's not like, it's as if he knew. Why? As if is a conjunction. Like is a preposition. Look at the next one. You should do like the teacher says. not like. You should do as the teacher says. Okay? Do not use without for the word unless. Okay? Without and unless are not the same thing. Let's look at it. Okay? One should not mail a check without he signs it. No, that's not correct. We should say one should not mail a check unless he signs it. He signs it is a clause. Okay, so we want to introduce that with a conjunction, not a preposition. Do not use do not use where, I can't read, for that. Okay, do not use the word where instead of the word that. Let's look at this. I read in a magazine where the passenger pigeon is now extinct. Where is a location? No, you didn't. That's not a location. I read in a magazine that the passenger pigeon was now extinct. That is correct. Okay, let's look down at exercise at the bottom of page 25. Make sure that you do not use where or when you're introducing a definition. A botanist is where sometimes, or a botanist is when some. No, that's a definition. Don't introduce a definition. The botanist is one who, okay? We're going to clarify who the botanist is, okay? Not to that, okay? The next one, do not use a conjunction and after the word try or sure. You're not going to try and something else, okay? And means there's going to be two things there. So it's going to be try to or sure to, okay? Look at your exercise on page 225. It says make the necessary changes to correct the conjunction usage in the following sentences. Number 1, pathology is where there is a study of causes, symptoms, and results of a disease. What's wrong with that sentence? Where there is. Where there is incorrect. Take that out. Pathology is a study. Okay, we don't need that phrase there. It's incorrect. Letter number 2. Be sure and bring Kathy with you. 1 minute. Be sure to bring Kathy with you, not and. Being as you have already read this book, you may choose another one. Being as is incorrect. What should it be? Since. Since you have already read this book. Okay, here's your homework for tonight. You're going to do 4 through 8 on page 225, and you're going to do the 2 sentences on 224. Let me remind you, make sure that you've done your very best on the paragraph that you wrote yesterday. All right? Have a good day.